Hello and welcome back to my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like what's going on here. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. So I wanted to jump into the realm of hypothetical and talk about what a potential Kingdom Hearts Nickelodeon edition would be like if that popped into existence. If a Kingdom Hearts equivalent of someone jumping through various Nickelodeon / Paramount worlds, what that would be like. I went ahead and I put together 7 worlds that could potentially be in this Paramount Nickelodeon Kingdom Hearts type game. We're going to go ahead and kick things off with the first world. Right off the bat, we want worlds that are very different from each other visually, thematically. We want a wide spread to showcase all of the IP that Paramount owns. So with that said, we're jumping into the world of Star Trek first. I think Star Trek would be a primary candidate for a Kingdom Hearts Paramount edition. I think the space exploration and the interstellar adventures that they go on pair really nicely with Kingdom Hearts traveling worlds and stuff. In this, Sora would be joining Starfleet as a captain. You would be traveling with Kirk and Spock. I think those would be the definite candidates for party members in this world. And you would travel with them to different planets. You'd talk to different alien races. I'm definitely seeing them incorporate the thought-provoking narrative, an ethical dilemma of some sort with consequences that Sora's going to have to work through. Star Trek is usually really good at having these moral or ethical dilemmas that Captain Kirk has to solve. And I think we've never really seen Sora in the captain's chair having to make a tough choice. I think it would be really interesting to put Sora in that position with Captain Kirk, where they're going to have to work out a very tough decision to solve a problem. Maybe they're brokering a peace treaty between 2 warring factions of aliens or something. I definitely see the weight of choice being the theme in this world. The series has a lot of very visually stunning imagery, and so incorporating that into this game would be really nice. Number 2, the tried and true Spongebob world. You're not going to not have Spongebob be in a Nickelodeon, Paramount, Kingdom Hearts equivalent game. It's just not going to happen. You got to have Spongebob. So here you're going to Bikini Bottom. You're going to explore Jellyfish Fields. I see a fish transformation for Sora here. I definitely see the story incorporating Plankton, utilizing the Heartless to steal the Krabby Patty formula, but inevitably the Heartless turn on Plankton, and so now Plankton is working with SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs and Sora to get rid of this Heartless problem. I see this world having some mini games or maybe some side quests. I think incorporating Krusty Krab in general would be really fun. Maybe you're waiting tables at the Krusty Krab as like a little mini game, or you're delivering the Krusty Krab pizza with SpongeBob to different houses. Or maybe you're just working in the back with SpongeBob grilling burgers and you got to make sure you're assembling the burgers correctly. But I definitely see some mini game possibilities in the SpongeBob universe in this, and I think that would be really fun. Our next world is Avatar: The Last Airbender. So in this setting, I would love for Sora to go to all 4 nations in the Avatar universe, but keeping things realistic and keeping things relatively small scale like the first Kingdom Hearts game. I think we would primarily be exploring Ba Sing Se in the Earth Kingdom, and then we would wrap things up in the Fire Nation. As for the gameplay, I think it would be really fun for Sora to incorporate more elemental magic in this world, and so maybe Sora's training with Aang in utilizing fire, earth, air, and water powers. Maybe they're training together. And I also think utilizing each of the elemental bendings of Aang to use different abilities on different spots to change the environment in certain ways to navigate spaces. I think that opens itself up to some puzzling possibilities. For your party, I'm thinking Aang, Katara, Sokka, and Toph. We would go crazy here. We would have 4 party members. I do see you riding Appa around in some sort of overworld or a mini overworld in this separate world. I think that would be really fun. And I think For the story itself, you would be confronting a mysterious fifth nation known as the Shadowbenders, which are just the Heartless. But since the Avatar universe characters have never seen the Heartless before, they're interpreting them as like a new form of bending, a shadow bending. I think that the Emperor of the Fire Nation would be a very worthy final boss for this world, and I think it would be really neat where each setting that you go to in this world, maybe there's a cabbage cart that you can destroy as an optional little side quest, so we can have the guy go, "My cabbages!" I think that'd be really fun. I think learning about the Avatar's spiritual connection to seek balance and harmony lends itself really nicely to Kingdom Hearts in general, and learning balance and growth and connecting to your past lives. So I definitely can see how they would fit this into Kingdom Hearts' lore, yeah. Our next world is New York City, as in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle New York City. So, especially recently, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have had their fair share of crossovers with pretty much everything imaginable. I can easily see them crossing over with Kingdom Hearts here. The setting being the city itself, the sewers, the Turtles lair, and then the Technodrome at the end of the world for our final boss. I imagine you hopping in as the Ninja Turtles are investigating some mysterious disturbance in New York City caused by the Foot Clan, who has, of course, teamed up with the Heartless. Maybe you'd have like these cute little Heartless Foot Clan soldier things, and it'd just be really cute. Maybe Sora could participate in ninja training lessons to improve various skills. I think that would be really fun too. The overarching theme of this world would be friendship and teamwork, focusing on loyalty, leadership, family bonds with the Turtles. You can have the very stereotypical Leonardo and Raphael fight where they clash and separate for a bit, and then Sora works to pair them back together. I think it'd be a really fun world to participate in, and I think hearing the banter of the four turtles as you're exploring the map and you're fighting enemies would be really fun as well. I'm not too sure which version of the Ninja Turtles you would incorporate for this world. I'm kind of thinking an amalgamation of just all of the different versions. My personal preference would be the original live-action Ninja Turtles, but I really like the aesthetic and the art style of Rise of the Ninja Turtles, so maybe that direction. I'm not sure. You could always just mix them all together and just kind of create your own Ninja Turtles world for this game. Who knows? Our next world will be Amity Park, or Danny Phantom. So you would initially land in Amity Park. You would find Fenton Works, the building that Danny Phantom lives in with his family, and from there you would be going in and out of the Ghost Portal and exploring the Ghost Zone. This is my best way of kind of keeping this different from the other worlds that we've gone to, and not focusing on the town or the city itself, and focusing more on the supernatural aspects of this place being the Ghost Zone. So you would primarily be running around there, and then the lab where the Ghost Portal is would kind of be your base of operations in between your missions and stuff. So the story would be Vlad Plasmius, allies with the Heartless, and they're trying to take control of the Ghost Zone. Danny and Sora join forces because only Sora can defeat the Heartless, and only Danny can defeat Vlad, being, half ghost, half person. I definitely see some fun Ghost Heartless in this world. I think Danny's unique powers would be really interesting to incorporate into Sora's party, and maybe Sora stepping into the Ghost Portal gets some ghost powers of his own. I think that there could be some side quests and some mini games in this world as well. You're rescuing lost spirits, or maybe you're rescuing lost spirits found in the other worlds in this game, and so you get your Fenton Thermos and you're trying to capture them in the other world, similar to the Dalmatians in Kingdom Hearts. Who knows? I think the world definitely ends with a Vlad ghost fight. We're restoring balance. We're closing the Ghost Zone portal. We're getting all the ghosts back into the Ghost Zone. I really like Danny Phantom. I think this would be a really fun world to be in. And I do think that Vlad as a villain has just been incorporated in a lot of Nickelodeon things outside of the show. He was like a major player in the Nicktoons games. He was just announced as the campaign villain in the new Nicktoons fighting game, so who knows? I mean, I think Danny Phantom has some weight as an IP, and so it'd be a really neat Kingdom Hearts world. The next world we would be going to is Rango. Rango is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I would jump at the opportunity to go here as a world in a Kingdom Hearts game. This is such a good movie, and I wish that they would do more with it, a sequel or a show or something. But I think Sora would pop in shortly after Rango becomes the sheriff of Dirt, and so Sora, like the town members of Dirt, are tricked into thinking Rango is this super charismatic, courageous hero. And I think it'd be really funny where at the beginning of the game, when you're doing battles with Heartless and stuff, Rango cowers and hides. And over the course of your adventure, he gets more and more daring and finally lives up to the sheriff name, and he actually starts fighting along with you. This one would follow the events of the movie pretty closely. So you would be trying to find the town's water. You find the gang that was stealing the jug of water, and you have that major set piece, which would be a really fun boss fight or event in the game. And then you're trying to hook the town of Dirt back up with water while uncovering the nefarious plot of the mayor. I think that the Heartless can appear in this world, but I don't see them joining forces with the mayor. I see this world as kind of being a separate thing from the rest of them, where Sora's just kind of helping out Rango, and the Heartless are an obstacle, but they're not really the main threat here. And maybe you seal the world off at the end, and the Heartless go away. Yeah, I think this is a very unique setting, it being the desert, and them all being animals. I would be curious to know what animal Sora would turn into in this world if he's there, and seeing like a animal cowboy Sora version, a form change. I think this would be my favorite world visually. I think that this is such a unique world in general, even compared to all the Disney worlds we've gotten into. This would be such a cool one. And our last world. So this world is a little tricky. I'm not sure if Nickelodeon still owns the rights to this, or if Paramount owns the rights to this. I'm not too sure, but the first movie was made by Paramount, and so I'm going to go ahead and count it as within the realm of possibility should all of this end up happening, and that would be Tintin. I think that there's a lot you can do on a fast-track Indiana Jones type adventure with Tintin here, and I think it really sets itself apart from all the other worlds with its major action set pieces. I think of the chase through the city as one of the major set pieces of this movie, which I think would be really fun, and then traveling the sand dunes in the desert, that would be really cool too. So I definitely see maybe we're coming up with a side artifact in tandem with the unicorn treasure as well in this movie that the villain is after, who has partnered with the Heartless. So maybe he believes some special side scepter controls the Heartless, and we're trying to get that back or something. I think a world-spanning treasure hunting adventure with Tintin would be a really fun thing for Kingdom Hearts. It wouldn't be a massive world. It would mainly have those major set pieces of, you'd have like maybe 3 major set pieces. You'd have Tintin's hometown where you find the unicorn. You'd have the coastal town where the big chase takes place in, trying to get that artifact back. And then you'd have the various ships and vehicles that you're running around in throughout the adventure. I think also just having a fight on a plane would be nice. That'd be kind of cool. And with that, that wraps up my list. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are of my world choices. If you're mad that I didn't suggest a Rugrats world, let me know in the comments down below, along with any suggestions that you have for future Kingdom Hearts videos, or just Kingdom Hearts worlds in general. I'd love to kind of pick apart and speculate with you on that. So just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye.